Peace, infinite waters diving deep once again. The dream world, what is real? And for me on my journey, it's amazing because I dream deeply. I have lucid dreaming, which is where the dream world becomes real. And this question always arises, what if when we wake up, we're living in a dream world? And what if when we go to sleep, that's actually the real world? And we know that film, The Matrix, which for me, it's more of what's actually happening right now. And in The Matrix, Morpheus said, the Matrix is a dream world built to keep us under control. And for me, when you're dreaming, when you go to bed and you just dream, a lot of the dreams I have are very abstract. And it shows me that we're living in a timeless universe. We're living in a timeless universe. There is no beginning, there is no end. Essentially, we break off that linear way. And that's it, because when you dream, you don't dream in a sequence. Certain times you have dreams and there is no timeline. Sometimes what can appear to be the end actually begins at the beginning. So it's amazing once you enter that dream world, and a lot of people, they have these very vivid dreams where everything seems realer than real. And it's just liberating because that makes me realize that yes, we're living in a world of infinite possibilities. Nothing is what it seems. And the dream world, which is, in my mind, how we live every day, that is the other dream world. When we're walking around, and it made me question on my journey, are we living in some kind of simulation? And what is a simulation? Basically an imitation of a system or a real world process which is happening. So when I was realizing that, if you walk around and even if you see a temple or a church or a religious building, this is you. You are the temple. Your body is the temple, the vehicle. But at the same time, we have these external things which we go to. So it's like the world which we're living in is attempting to copy us because we are creating everything. Everything is coming from us. So whatever we create externally to us is just an imitation. But what's happened when we talk about wake up, the Matrix has you. A lot of us, we forget, in my mind, even on my journey, you forget that this is a grand illusion. Everything external, everything you perceive with your eyes is not actually what is. Because there's always different levels of reality at play. We're only seeing a small amount on the visible spectrum. And it's just amazing because there's so much more going on. And when I just see how everything in this society is set up to keep us asleep and to keep us feeling inadequate, to keep us feeling. But this can only happen if we allow it to happen, if we allow ourselves to be asleep. Once you actually wake up to the dream world, you become enlightened. And enlightenment is realizing how much you don't know. And even if you wake up, you've only become awakened to one level of the dream. Because it's amazing when, on my journey, when you're just living in a low vibration and you're watching TV, you're going to all kinds of things, parties and all this, and everything seems so real. And then one day, the universe sends you a parcel. You open it and you get this big shock because you realize everything you've been living has been a lie. All the energy you've invested in, everything just shatters in a blink of an eye because you realize, okay, there's so much more in terms of what we don't even know what's happening. Sitting in an aeroplane looking down, and I see all of these buildings scattered around, and I say to myself, this resembles the motherboard of a computer chips. And it shakes me because I realize, what if we're all part of one big giant supercomputer? And then after that, you need a glass of water just to calm down. And it's amazing because the next question I had was, if we're part of the components of this computer, who is running it? And are we the currency that is running this computer? Now I need a glass of water. For me, this dream world has been created by architects. I'm just talking about the external dream world because we are also architects. When you become an architect, you create your own reality. But just the external reality around us, it is a tremendous work by great architects who have really, many of them are, in my mind, they've created this dream world almost to test us. And it's almost like a cosmic game. But at the same time, they're also entities who want to feed off humanity. And just like Morpheus said in The Matrix, they're using us as batteries. We don't have to go outside of ourselves to find the truth. We are part of the fabric of everything. Within the dream world, there is no time. And for me, that is the big secret. When you go to sleep and you dream, there is no time, because time is an illusion. In the external dream world, the Matrix, they use time to keep us under control. Because when you have to worry about being here at a certain time, you're living in limitation. When you have to worry about how old you are, you're already on your way out. When you have to worry about the dates, the calendars, because all the calendars have always been changed. You had good old Pope Gregory, the Gregorian calendar, Julius Caesar, July, Julius. So time is the illusion. Time is currency. So in the external matrix, the dream world, they use time to keep you in slavery. When you realize that you're working for your time, you see, so you go to a job and they pay you per hour. But when you, in my mind, on my journey, I've realized the trick. We are timeless. Time doesn't exist. When you actually have that mindset, then you realize fear disappears. You realize that the greatest wealth is health and balance, not just chasing a check. Like Alan Watts said, if money wasn't an object, what would you be doing? So we, in my mind, we have to become our own architects and realize that don't become angry towards the so-called matrix out there, because it's there for a reason. It's there to show us our true colors, and that's only one layer, because once you're free of one matrix, another one opens up. And for me, that's just like the infinite staircase. So we have to reclaim our power. And for me, I've just realized that there's just so much humor when you realize, yes, we're living in a dream world. We're living in a fabrication. Because the authentic dream world is the dream world which we can create. But many of us, when we're having dreams about these celebrities and and these events which really hold no significance in our lives, we have to realize, yes, because you have entities who are programming you through the television, which tells lies to your vision. So you go to bed and you start dreaming about their reality, and then you help create their own world. Because whatever you focus on, you give power to. So when I remove the television, and even I sometimes limit how much I spend on my mobile phone, because all of these devices, they are the medium We are the original technology. So for me, the dream world, many people having dreams, we have to ask ourselves, are these our dreams or are they actually programs? And it blows my mind because yes, it's deep. That's what we do. We dive deep. And a lot of us, we just see everything and we take it as real. But just like Morpheus said in the Matrix, what is real? But electrical signals sent to and from the brain. So anything can become real. The only question is, if we accept it as real, then it's real for us. So everybody's reality is different, but we also have to be aware that there's a tremendous amount of manipulation in humanity. We've been manipulated not only through school systems, education, which doesn't really do what the root word says, which educare, meaning to bring out. Instead, we're putting in. And through religion, because we're externalizing a savior, when really and truly we are our own salvation and damnation. We have to become the heroes of our own story. Vaccinations, hospitals, instead of them finding a cure, they're busy involved in treatment, because then it's more cash, it's more money, instead of us even realizing that prevention is better than cure. So the dream world around us is in full swing, but essentially it's about us, in my mind, living in your own element. Then you tap into your authenticity. Then you can actually start creating your own dream world, which is real for you. Because many of us, there's a lot of distraction around, a lot of distortion, and it's very difficult to see what's what. And I found the most empowering thing I did was to retreat. Don't go always where the crowd is, where the masses are. Be yourself, be unique, love yourself. Before you love anybody else, love yourself. And stop competing with everyone. Because the dream world, the external matrix outside, is all about competition. It's all about fighting. And when you fight, you give energy outside of yourself. And for me, it's just amazing because it is a grand game. But at the same time, you have to know how to play the game. And you have to realize that you are the player of your storyline. So we are directing this film. We are actually all the cast members involved in this film. And that's how it is. Waking up from the dream. It's a great game. Infinite Waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy.